Good evening, welcome to the May work session, City of Hiram. Melissa, would you like to lead us in the pledge and invocation, please?
Yes, sir. So bow your heads. Lord God, we thank you for being here tonight, and we pray for your will and your work be done in here, Lord God, and strength for the appointed and elected officials and all of our citizens as well. And thank you, God, again for the rain. It's a little wet right now, but we are grateful for it. In Jesus' name I pray. We pray. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Melissa. Sergeant Winfrey, front and center. Need a few more things on that vest.
Yeah,
That.
right.
Yeah. Look
That's how I
like,
get my steps in. Thank you, Mayor and Council, for allowing us to recognize Sergeant Winfrey today. Sergeant Winfrey was nominated, selected, elected, sworn in, all that good stuff for Officer of the Year. I could stand up here and talk about how proud I am and seeing you come from where you were 11 years ago to where you are today. I'm going to read simply what is on this Officer of the Year certificate. In grateful appreciation of your outstanding dedication, unwavering service to the City of Hiram and its citizens, and your commitment to integrity, honor, and the highest standards of professionalism, your leadership, courage, and compassion exemplify the mission and the values of the Hiram Police Department. Thank you for making a difference every day. Appreciate it.
yes.
I do say, somebody taking pictures, aren't they?
Thank you for sharing him with us.
Thank you.
Center you up.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
congratulations, Doc. Since we're talking about great employees,
Thank you.
Jacqueline, you would like to step up this way?
That's on camera.
Our finance administrator, Jackie Pryor, recently completed the Public Finance Leadership Academy, a highly competitive leadership and financial program for local government professionals in Georgia. The academy focuses on strengthening leadership, financial management, strategic planning, ethics, internal controls, government accounting principles, and audit preparation, and understanding local, state, and federal laws. Participants are selected through a rigorous application and review process by a statewide advisory board of finance professionals and complete the program as a cohort. The program concludes with a capstone project designed to apply the skills and knowledge gained to help address real challenges facing local government operations. Congratulations to Jackie on this well-earned achievement.
Picture.
Nope.
Where you going?
Okay, discuss the creation of a downtown development authority.
Mayor, we have the public participation on agenda items, and we do have someone signed up to speak on
Number
item
three.
Yeah, they speak ahead of the item number 3. They speak now.
Okay. let's finish discussing number 2 first, and then we'll do number 3.
Okay.
Bob,
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion that we table any further discussion on the Downtown Development Authority with all the events and everything that's going on within the city over the last, say, 2.5 to 3 months. Table any discussion on this until September.
anybody have a problem with that?
I second.
Okay, all in favor? Okay. All right, number 3. Come on up here if you want to speak.
Hello, how are you guys? Long time no see. I see you, you see me, we see each other. So the event has to be pushed back if you guys decide to do it. I'm looking about August, more of a fall Halloween theme, which would bring people in. I don't know where your stances are, or if you have any questions, or how we're gonna sort this out.
Well, the thing is, whatever event you want to do, you have to get your application in to the city clerk for approval. So
Okay.
that needs to be done in a timely manner. It's got to be 30 days in advance of the date for the event.
I understand, but it was something about having to vote on certain things, then who's gonna take up the payments, insurances, to make sure everybody is safe if anybody slips and falls.
You can discuss all of that with the city clerk.
Okay then, yay.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Well, and the new event date would need to be known, because you'll have to get that permission again, because you got the permission for the weekend of June 5th.
Yes,
So we would need to know that new date, a new proposal, so we can go through the same process we just went through as far as the dates go for your new dates.
Okay.
Plus the special event permit application.
okay.
Mariana, also something that you might want to consider is that the police department hosts their annual trunk or treat. And I don't know if you would want to consider maybe doing something like you said for the fall, like introducing the fall, and so we could have a better turnout and without competition. But the more is the merrier, but I just wanted to let you, just to inform you.
No, yeah, no, the whole point of these events is not to be competitive, it's for everybody to come together. Like the Beatles song, you know, you gotta come together.
I love it.
And with everything going on, it shouldn't be hard. We're just all big kids. We got to get along. But yeah, that's a perfect idea because it opens the doors to having people together. So I'm down for whatever. Let's communicate. I'll get the new dates to you, and then we'll go from there. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I'm passing something down related to number 3 for everyone. City Attorney, can you take a look at that document? Is there an extra?
There is.
Is there 2 or 1?
2.
Oh, perfect.
The suspense, I know, you guys.
Okay, so I put this document together after speaking with the potential applicant here with regards to the development of a temporary event vendor permit, and just kind of laid out a potential policy framework on how this could or should flow. Starting off with the event organizer model. One approved organizer applies for the event, submits the site plan, maintains the vendor roster, excuse me, communicates rules and serves as the city's point of contact. At that point, vendors then may participate in the event through a temporary permit valid only for the approved event, date, time, and location. The temporary permit would not allow the vendor to operate generally in Hiram. It's only specific to the event that's being applied for. Some compliance guardrails. We would need some basic vendor data, sales tax acknowledgement, some hold harmless language, potentially stricter health, fire, insurance reviews for food vendors, if there's going to be the use of a generator, propane, or any of that kind of stuff. And I put some things together in terms of a proposed fee schedule. Essentially, the event organizer would pay one fee, kind of like a master fee, and then each vendor would pay a fee per event. All of those fees would come directly to the city. They may pass through the event organizer depending upon what legal counsel suggests, but ultimately the city would be the recipient of those fees. And I think that if we did it in this way, it would allow us to encourage some of these smaller events to come to the city of Hiram, particularly the arts and crafts types of events and vendors. Many of these small businesses may not have the wherewithal to apply for the full city occupancy tax licenses. And this may be a way for them to do something on a smaller scale, once or twice a year. In fact, I think on here I put that we would limit 6 temporary event days per calendar year per vendor, unless they came into full compliance and full licensure with the city. So this is something I'd just like the council, mayor, and the city attorney to consider if the applicant decides to move forward with her event.
You review that when you have time?
I sure will. I'll take a look at it. The one thing I would say, make sure. One thing I would say on fees, the fees generally need to equate no more than what it's actually going to cost the city to engage in the regulatory conduct. So you wouldn't want to put a $10,000 fee with the city pocketing $9,750. You'd want to do a $100 or $200, $250 fee for whatever it actually costs the city to have its oversight on what's occurring here.
Thank you, Garnett. Discussed renewal of the hotel motel excise tax distribution and agreement between the city and Old Town Hiram Business Association. Jackie.
So this is the annual agreement, and between you all, you need to discuss who you want to start receiving the 40%, if it's going to be Othborough again. In your packet was their budget for the next fiscal year, so just let me know if you have any questions. And Tyrone is here if you have any questions for him also.
Tyrone?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You have in your packet, you have our budget for this year, or for proposed budget for next year. Did you have any questions on it, I guess is the first thing? Yes, sir. Mhm.
So, my concern has always been with the amount of dollars going to social engagement. And I don't recall the number, but I think it was the proposed number was somewhere in the neighborhood of 30,000, 35,000. I just think with the level of events that we're doing
Mhm.
in the city of Hiram, which I think is 2, that may be a little excessive.
Well, that is at every month. So that engagement is not just when we have an event. That is every week, actually. There are constant social media posts that go out. So it's not just promoting events, it's promoting the city.
Is there the ability to, is that budget fixed, or is there the ability to shift those dollars to other categories?
We can shift it. We have a flat fee that we pay our social media people. We have a flat fee that we pay the person who maintains our website. But we have, things like advertising, the branding, and other things like that. It depends on what's going on.
So,
Garnett, they're restricted to what they can spend the money on.
right.
But, through community development, they have a.
Yeah, no, I'm aware of that. My concern really is the dollar amount for social media. It is, more than we're paying some of our employees.
It's $3,000 a month is what we pay our social media person. So, I guess I have to ask the question, why are you comparing it to what we're paying employees? And not, just legitimate question is because they're doing totally different jobs.
Because I don't feel that the current level of activity in the city warrants a $3,000 a month retainer.
So what we had tried at one point was looking at turning it off and on. And the problem there is if you start getting engagement and then you turn it off for 6 months or 3 months or 2 months or whatever, and then you turn it back on, you're kind of starting back at zero to get your engagement back up. So it's a matter of, even though there's not events going, like for example, because we don't have events, we're doing, you've seen the Discover Hiram campaign.
Love it.
That campaign was strictly because there's no events going on. So we keep doing things like that because our charter is to bring tourism to the city. Even if we don't have an event, we bring awareness. We were in the Peach Bowl program. We're in the Braves program. We're going to be in the Falcons program, as well as there's one other program we're doing this year. So we're getting, so that kind of thing, again, there's no programs going on, there's no events going on, but we're paying for those to keep awareness outside of the city, to keep people coming to the city. So if we had more events, we could shift those dollars to that, but because there's not much going on to be promoted, we shifted toward just promoting the city.
Completely understand. Are there any benchmarks or goals that you're trying to achieve?
Well, we want to get more businesses into the program. The way the money works, you're probably aware, there's two accounts. One is the money that we can spend for promoting events, and then the other pot is what we can spend for maintaining the organization, and we can't mix them. So if we can get more businesses into the organization, that will help us run the organization, but also the website, the space that we have, where you can look at different ideas of 2-day events, 3-day tourism. If you're going to come here for 2 days or 3 days, or you can see, here's some suggested things to do. We want to be able to put more businesses there. And then I can see the billboard, those kinds of, that signage in store windows. We already have on our plan to get some hats and pens and pencils and bumper stickers and things like that. So, and even like we're doing for Red, White, and Boom, we're doing some T-shirts and some other things. The jackets, we're still waiting to come in. So we're trying to expand the brand outside of, and not just be handcuffed by, well, there's no events and we can't do anything.
Have you reached out to some of the other businesses along 278 and other places within the city?
We have a little bit. We have. I mean, I'll be honest, with only 3 or 4 of us, we haven't been able to do as much as we want to, but that is on the plan to do that, because those are the businesses, not just the local businesses, not just the small individuals, but also like the Walmart and Target, to try to get them engaged locally. Walmart, when I talk to them, they don't do anything locally as far as make decisions. So you have to go to walmart.com and
Corporate.
yeah.
Any other questions?
I do. I have a question about membership. In order for you not to commingle with the funds, you have to have members, so you can use those dollars
Right.
to actually put together programs. Where are we with where are you guys with membership?
We have, we don't have a lot of members. To be honest, we had to get our renewal that I paid for out of my pocket. We have a few members. Museum is one. We have the barbershop. But it's, again, with only a few of us, it's hard to do the visiting during business hours. But the membership directly will affect what we can do as far as running the organization. And when I say running the organization, I mean things like, just our registration fees, our accountant fees, things like that. Those are primarily the only things that the only expenses that we really have. But getting more members will help, I think, extend the brand. So that's the independent part of what we're trying to, or the indirect, sorry, not independent, the indirect benefit of having more members.
Okay, so what are the benefits of membership? So if I own a business, what are the perks or incentives? So that way we can use this platform, we can possibly use our website maybe to see if we can support the organization, grow membership, and get the word out. So what are the perks?
Well, you got the perks of membership beyond what you would get if you, and here's where the challenge is. If you're not a member and you host an event, we have to sponsor, or we have to promote it because it's an event coming to Hiram. That's promoting tourism. If you become a member, you get on the website, obviously for one thing. Number two, we've given members a sign. I don't know if you've seen those signs. We give each member one of those. Membership is $100. The sign is $85. So it's kind of a wash, but it's because things come out of different buckets. But also, you have access to our social media. Okay, in addition to just promoting your event, our social media person, I don't know, I haven't seen them here in a while, but the young lady used to stand out there spinning the thing for the barbershop. Yeah, we used to, our social media person would go down and shoot the barbershop and interview them and shoot her, not shoot her, but record her. So those are the benefits you get from membership. Again, the sign you get on the website, which we're trying to drive people to, and you get expanded access to the social media platform.
Other than granting this renewal, is there anything that the council can further do to help support your endeavor?
That's a whole discussion. No, I mean, you guys your hands are tied in many ways, and I respect that. I have some ideas of things that probably not in this venue to discuss, but I want to say for the last 2 years, I've appreciated your support as a business owner, as a resident, and president of Old Town Hiram Business Association. I've truly appreciated all of your support. But right now, I know you guys got your hands full. I know you got a lot of other issues. So what I've been trying to do is just stay out of your way, to put it nicely.
But we want you in our way. So
Yeah.
with the branding, right? Is there a possibility that your board would consider doing a mural either on this facade where the car is or at the double cap unit?
We talked about that. We would. Now, the question becomes, who owns the walls, first of all?
Buddy Harrelson owns that wall. He's given verbal permission to go
Okay.
forward with it. And then we also have the property manager. Melissa has the contact information for her. And I believe we've already got some type of verbal consideration or agreement that you can either choose whichever would have more visibility. The facade, of course, would have to be repaired and prepped. So that would cost, I don't know what the budget is. However, I think it would be a nice drop, people coming into Hiram, taking pictures there,
No,
something
I
like the
think
Dallas thing.
I think that when we talked about it before, I thought those are great ideas, and they are squarely within promoting tourism. Something I thought about revisiting is this the cement piece back here, and do it in a better way than we did it before, but something that would just draw people in for photo ops and things like that. The butterfly is a great draw, but we got virtually a stage right there that we could, if we could market it right, promote it right, and the goal being to just drive people to come to City Hall to take a picture.
And I do think Melissa has contact for both of the property owner and the property manager. If you
Not
want,
sure about John Harvey Jones, but definitely
the property manager.
on his side.
The previous permission we had was with the other property management group. We'd have to revisit with this new lady.
But we do have a one for sure, it's a, go for it if you want to.
But to answer your
And you
question,
gotta
yeah,
have-
that is squarely something that is within our charter.
Excellent,
Thank you, Tyrone.
Okay, thank you all.
thank you.
Discuss the surplus of 2 police vehicles. Chief?
So we have 2 police vehicles that we're wanting to get off of our books. One of them is a Chevy Tahoe that currently has a locked up motor, and we've been robbing parts off of it for running vehicles. And the other one is our oldest Ford Explorer. I think it's a 2018 model, and we've been robbing parts off of that one also. The transmission's about to go out, and when we were driving it back from the upfitter that does our lights, we were taking lights out of that car to put it in a different car to save money. It overheated on us on the way back. So these 2 vehicles, it would cost more to fix them than what the cars are worth. So we're thinking just get them off our books, get rid of them, collect a little money, and
How
do
you
away
gonna
with them.
surplus them?
Surplus them. Sell them to Jim Ellis. They have offered, I think it's, one of them's 1,500 and the other one's 1,000. Yeah, it's going to bring about $2,500 to get rid of these 2 cars.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Discuss the text.my.gov application. Kathy?
Good evening. The Text.my.gov, we've been talking about it for a couple of years now as far as a communication avenue that would be available to us. And over the last several months, with all the information that we're trying to get out to the community as far as our facility moves, events, water outages, our town hall meetings that we'll be having and everything, we restarted having the discussions with the Text.my.gov. For those that are not aware, they provide 24/7 automated responses to common resident questions. So a resident could text in a water outage, and it would automatically prompt them questions like what intersection or whatever, or address and stuff like that. So it would automatically let us know. They can also prompt what are our hours of operation, and we would have automatically generated answers that would go back out to them. We could also send out proactive text alerts for events, emergencies, or just updates. And we can reduce the call volume and free up staff by doing so, because when we had the water outage, the phones were going crazy. We couldn't even get the phones answered fast enough before the next phone calls were coming in. We had messages. We were trying to get back in touch with those people and everything also. So it would allow us that opportunity to get that information out quickly and efficiently. And it just also improves our community engagement with fast, convenient communications. In your packet, you have the proposals. It kind of goes over as far as how it also interacts, as far as, like I said, if they reported a pothole, they could just type in pothole and it would say, what is the intersection or what is the street, and stuff like that. So they can report the issues. The Text.my.gov web-based software is an annual cost of $5,800. There is a one-time setup fee, and that's $2,900. So the first year total would be $8,700, and then it's $5,800 annually after that. They have said that depending, because I explained to them, we're right here at the end of our fiscal year, and we're doing budget prep for our next fiscal year, and they said they would have no problem with delayed billing into the next fiscal year, and that way they could go ahead and start all the implementation to get everything ready as far as uploading all of our customer information to send out that initial text. They also send us all the QR codes that we can advertise on our website and our Facebook pages that people can just go to and scan it or enter the number and text it to us, so that way they sign themselves up for the alerts. The contract is a 3-year term initially, and then it just renews year after that. Also in the packet you received, I sent the attachments of everything that they sent us as far as the slideshow, as far as what it can do, how it can do. It gives you a sample of what the text messages kind of look like when they come in, as far as, what is the nearest address? They say type in pothole. What is the nearest address? We design our own props. So we can put in there anything that we want as far as what they can text us, and then what our responses are to those responses. So it can give you information, it can direct people to our website for more information. If they wanted to know, text, like they just texted events, it would automatically populate, we would have what our next event is, or it would recommend them to go visit our website for any updated information and stuff like that. A lot of municipalities use it. When I lived in Temple, I had signed up for it because that was one of the things they had you sign up immediately when you establish service with them. And I haven't stopped getting the text messages because it's interesting because I do travel that way a lot, but it lets me know when they've had road closures or anything like that due to an accident. And it also allows the communication, sanitation is delayed a day because of a holiday, and stuff like that information. Facebook is fine, but a lot of our elderly residents don't necessarily stay on Facebook all the time, so the text message would allow them to get immediate messaging. The only resource we have right now is Facebook or emails. And I know personally, I don't check my emails till I get home at the end of the day to see what's came in on my email, so I wouldn't even know if, a water outage was reported to me via email. So we would just like consideration about this because we have a lot of stuff that we could get out to our residents and visitors if they signed up for it. And if you have any other questions.
I have a question. I've always got questions.
Yeah, you're good.
This is a city attorney kind of ish question. Does ACFA have the ability to help to promote this new widget in terms of getting people to
No.
sign up?
No.
No?
It's limited to tourism, conventions, and trade shows. It's unfortunately very limited.
That's a good question.
What is the plan to get people to sign up?
Well, we would start a promotion that basically the QR code would go on the invoices that we send out with our water bills and stuff. We'd also put it on our website and our Facebook page, so that way they could go ahead and just type in that number. And then we could also send out to our phone numbers and our email addresses, because we can do a mass email. We can send out information that says, be sure to sign in like this. Right now, what we've been doing is on all of our invoices, it says to go to our website to sign up for alerts. So we would be able to convert those that have already signed up on our website over to this also. That's part of that setup fee.
And then I saw there was 2 annual fees. What was the second? $750, I believe it was.
Oh, the $750, that was only if we wanted it to integrate 100% with iWorks, which Public Works currently uses, to where it would automatically generate, if they texted in the pothole, instead of giving them responses, it would automatically populate that information and directly send it to iWorks, so that work order would be generated. So currently, we didn't see when we were talking about it the need for that, because once the information comes in, we would be already getting that information and we could enter the work order ourselves.
Who's going to be monitoring this?
It automatically comes over the system as far as to the database that we have, and it would go in with our customer service, which currently already monitors like phone calls and stuff like that. So they would have on their an app on their monitor that they would be able to see if something popped up, and then because automatically has the responses, but if there was something that they needed to address a little bit further in detail, they would be able to respond it then.
Well, who will be monitoring after hours?
The after hours, it would automatically generate, and we could actually put in there if it was something serious, like, if it was, they were wanting to report an accident, it would automatically direct them to what number to call for an emergency. If it was a non-emergency, we would tell them what number to call. If it was a water issue, this is our person on call, and that way that person can call. We generate whatever kind of responses we want based off of the information coming in. It also has the ability that we can say, these items here, just respond generically. Please contact our office during these hours and we will address your issue. Just something as simple as that. So the after hours, they would have to hit certain criteria based off of the questions we ask to know if it needs to go immediately to direct them to call
say they're on call for Public Works, or call 911 or something.
So we have to be a human that's gonna make the decision what to do with it.
No, it generates,
Triage, almost like an automated triage.
Yeah,
Yes.
but then,
You
but
answer
once,
this, you do this.
but
that,
once it
this.
gets hit, and because of their entry, that it gets marked for immediate action.
no, it would direct them what their immediate action should be. It wouldn't be us sitting there responding what their immediate, it would automatically generate that response. So if they were announcing that they had a water leak, and there was water pouring out of the water tower, then that response would come in and they would say, please contact our after hours number.
So in other words, they've made the contact through the system, and if it requires immediate response, they gotta recontact through a different system to get a response.
That's the way the most of them are set up, as far as, but instead of going directly to one individual, it would be going to the source of that nature, whether it be Public Works, police, sanitation, which they shouldn't have they would have, theirs would automatically be directed, if you're calling regarding a missed pickup, please contact our offices after, during business
Well, that's
hours.
what I'm saying, is they're telling them, okay, we're marking your complaint issue, but you're gonna need to contact us during working hours.
It depends on the severity of the contact. Most of them, if it's, we really only have two major kinds. It's gonna be a 911 response, or it's gonna be a water leak that needs to be taken care of by Public Works that's already on call.
It's no different than calling the phone at City Hall and going through the phone prompts. This just helps them not have to search our number, and that response comes back and says, contact this number. They're not having to go to Google and search for it, and I believe there's also a way to disable that.
Yes.
Where it's just a one-way communication, and we shoot messages to them.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
So
say.
it
We
doesn't
have the
to have a
option
return.
of just making it a one-way direction and not have them put anything in at all if we choose to use it in that manner of a communication field. It's just that they want to put out there what it's capable of doing in case there's a need for that. So, but we don't have to do it that way.
It's like a Hiram Nixle that's not just about accidents.
Yeah.
Kathy, I know this probably is not, I'm not sure if it's possible or not, but is there a way to try before you buy, or like a trial? And just have like a pilot it and just, certain members
They
of our
have where you can
community-
scan and kind of play with it. I played with it on my phone, where they already have pre-programmed information, but they don't do it as a setup for the city, because they have to get all of our information loaded into their system also to help develop what's perfect for our site. But you have a QR code that you can scan, and it'll automatically let you go through the sample prompting and stuff. So you can type in whatever you want, and it just shows you samples of what they have set up as auto-generated answers.
So scan it and you'll get like a demo, is what you're saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's in the screenshot, there's a section in there.
I think it's a great idea. I'd like to explore that.
I'm sorry,
No.
my apologies. Other than Temple, anybody else locally be using it?
Yes, there are several city municipalities in the area that do use it. I thought he had sent it into one of the attachments, but when I was looking over it, because we didn't get this till right before the cutoff, as far as clients in Georgia, Morrow, Georgia, Lyons, and Soperton, Georgia, that's just on their pre-thing, but they've had several other cities that have signed up for it also.
Is it a 3-year mandatory, or could you just do 1 year?
I would have to check with them. I'm just, right now, I'm just putting in to see what y'all are interested in, and then that way I can go back to him and talk to him to see. I'd be more than happy to ask about, is there a requirement of a 3-year contract?
I think we need to contact a couple of these cities that are using it to see what issues they've had with it.
Okay,
To find out what are the pitfalls they have found out of using the system.
And are people using it?
And how much usage are they getting for the amount of money you have to pay up front to install it?
okay.
I like it. I think it's a good way to send out mass information in regards to, like you said, town hall meetings, changes in services, and utility bills. So a lot of people, like you said, younger people really don't use Facebook. They use other social media platforms. They may not, check their email, like you said, but if there's a way to send out a mass text message to notify people of events, things like that, I think it's a great idea.
And honestly, all we hear is everybody wants us to communicate. So we hear from our citizens that come into our building or call that, well, not all of us use Facebook. Not all of us do this and that. So honestly, it's just another avenue to help get messages out. And what prompted us to say, oh goodness, we really need to get this on the agenda, was that water outage when a young lady at the salon had bleach in her hair. And there was no water downtown. So I'm sure they would have appreciated the ability to get that message quickly and not have to run over here, ask about it, then run back and figure out what they were gonna do. So that's honestly what made us say, whew, that would have been a really great time.
Because it would be a way for us to communicate those type of things directly. So it's really not, I would think, not depending on the citizens so much correspond. I don't think that's like the major part. It would be
It's us getting out
information.
It's us
Yes, getting out information out.
We heard during the special sessions, well, I didn't even hear about this. Well, we put it on Facebook, we put it on our signs. Well, if they had a text message.
Right.
We do have the signups on our website. I don't know how many people sign up. Are you guys signed up on the website for alerts?
I am.
Maybe. So, you know, that's just.
But I
again,
barely
it's
look at it, the
another-
notification. Yeah.
Another plug. Hey, check out our website, the agenda's been posted, or.
And it says call, so, wait, we're not calling them, like leaving messages or anything, right? Oh, okay. No, I don't mean us personally, I
know
mean,
the church has a service like that,
no, I
so
mean the
wonder
system,
if
does
it's
it,
like that.
yeah,
Right,
like to say
I'm not
a
sure.
voicemail or just, you know.
right. I
Okay.
don't know.
That was one of the options he mentioned, but like I told him, I said that wouldn't be something we would probably be interested in, leaving an actual, somebody speaking into it and everything, because it would just be more of a mass message that goes out to everybody.
Yeah.
And so it alleviates some time from staff, correct? Putting this information out there with this kind of device, this tool, would it alleviate the resources as far as manpower?
It would alleviate the resources with the situation with the water leak, where we could have put immediately out instead of having a 30-minute delay in responding, letting people know we were having a water issue, because we weren't sure what areas it was affecting until everybody was completely out of water. And then it was almost too late to let everybody know at that point, because we were so busy with the calls coming in as the areas were going out of water. But it's more or less, to me, it's just a way for us to get our voice out there to our residents without having to ask them, please check your emails regularly. We're sending updates out. Some of this can be, Camp Hornet could be used, part of this, just sending out like a message to the parents. The bus is stuck in traffic. They're delayed 30 minutes. That right there is me making phone calls or emails trying to catch parents, or going over and putting a sign on the door, or sitting there waiting on parents as they arrive saying they're just delayed 30 minutes. So there's a lot of different things that allow us to just get more information out in a more timelier manner, in a more effective manner, using a source like this. And it doesn't have to be this type of source. I just felt like it was time to present something to y'all, and I'll be happy to research other companies that do this. And like Mr. Bookout asked me, check with Temple, or check some of these other locations that they mentioned, and see how they like it and stuff, and the pros and
Speaking of
cons.
Camp Hornet, could you tell the crowd how the registration's coming?
We have a waiting list. We have such a waiting list right now that we had a woman this morning call me. She's a returner camp. Her son's been in camp for I don't know how long. She had the paperwork since I emailed her back in February. Registration is open, but one thing led to another. She kept procrastinating, and she emailed me today and said, "Is there any way you can get him in?" And I said, "I can't make that decision right now because we are maxed out." And she was like, "Oh, please, he's not going to love me at all anymore," But I told her that once we got everything balanced out, because we are following that strict rule, payment by Friday, the Monday of attendance, they can't attend. I told her I'd get back with her and let her know what weeks would be coming available, whether it be the first week of camp or 2 or 3 weeks later. And she said she would be on standby for us to call. But I actually even received an email from a lady that's coming in with her family from Colombia today. She'll be here during the month of July, and she wanted to register her 2 children for Camp Hornet so they could experience the American culture with children of their ages and learn English from them. So I thought that was pretty impressive that I don't know how she found out about our summer camp, but she had emailed me from across, Colombia. But camp is full. It's good. The orientation starts tomorrow. We have our open house Thursday night at 6 to 7, so if anybody that would like to come out and see the facility. Miss Sonia won't be there. She is currently on her postponed by a year Alaskan cruise for her anniversary last year, so she's going to come in well-rested to start off Monday morning. So,
Thanks, Kathy.
thank you.
I just want, one
Yeah.
thing. Thank you for researching this. Is there any way, I saw that this, one of the features is that it translates into Spanish. Is there any other way, because we have about 20% immigrant population, is there any way to add on different languages? If you, I know you probably don't have that.
I don't know that because I did ask him about the translation side of Spanish
Okay.
and stuff. I didn't ask about other languages.
Just curious.
But I think it has to do a lot of too with the recipient's phone. As
Okay.
it comes in, they have it set up on their end also.
That'd be cool.
I know from a few people that get stuff that I know of that it comes in that way.
Yeah.
It translate for them. So I'll ask them that.
Yeah, and I have a question for Chief. Chief, do you see this as a valuable tool for the police department?
So we use Nixle currently, it's through the sheriff's office and dispatch. But it could be another tool in the toolbox. It could be another beneficial thing for our citizens in our community. That, you know, hey, this road's closed because of flooding. What are the chances of that happening?
Oh, so Nixle's for,
Well,
okay.
Nixle's
Derek's gonna
restricted
look
to
at-
what they'll
yeah.
put out.
And Nixle does restrict more towards the public safety side of it, and not so much the public works side of it, right?
Gotcha.
So they are a little more restrictive on what information they allow us to put out.
Gotcha.
So this could be another tool we can say, yes, we need to put this out.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Kathy. Melissa? C?
Short. All right, so number 2, I put no action for now because that will be September work session. Number 3, the special event ordinance, next work session, I guess, for us to review and come back. Number 4, I put next work session, but that's, you guys can tell me if you want to make a decision next week or if you want to discuss it again at the end of June. It does need to be in place technically July 1 because this current one expires June 30th. So are you all prepared for a decision next week?
I'm good to go.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, I think we
okay,
We're good to go.
all right. So then I would say consent then, if y'all are all ready. And then number 5 would be consent as well, the surplus. And then number 6, I wrote research other companies potentially, and then the language question, just so you have that answer. So,
Other cities as well, I know that's not gonna be.
right, yep, so research other companies / cities. And then just put it on the June work session for discussion again. We'll have the answers to those questions. That's what I got.
All right. June 2nd, 2026, regular session, 6 PM, right here. June 27th will be red, white, and boom. Tiffany, do you have anything?
No.
Melissa?
No. Wait, I will be, I really don't have anything new.
Let me start my list.
I'm virtually attending June 2nd. I just wanted to make sure that's on record.
Okay.
That's it.
Bob?
No, I don't have anything.
Nope, but I will not be attending June session.
So June 2nd also, as you know,
Yeah, I
is
would
the
hate to pay that
first,
bill to get you on from international waters, wherever it is.
Is your first?
June 2nd is the first public public hearing for the budget as well, just as a reminder.
I do have a question before we go to an executive session. So a council member and I disagree with how we should proceed with a certain manner, subject. We're discussing personnel. I would like for the department heads, if they're willing to be present, so we could get their input as they are more dealing with the day-to-day operations and can provide us insight. Okay, so, hold on. So I wanted to know, how do you go about that? Because I know I have the right to request it, but how do we go about it procedurally?
Once we're in executive session, if there is a desire by a majority of the council to bring in additional personnel, that'll be decided at that point.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, may I have a motion on item number 7?
She has a question.
Yes, sir.
Shorty's.
Yeah.
You know, he sits over there and you hide from us.
June 6th is our PPSA, Public Safety Appreciation. We're doing our 5K race in downtown Dallas, June 6th. Wear your glow stuff. It's a night run when it's a little cooler. Mayor, I'll see you there. We'll race.
Okay.
We're gonna have a band this year. We haven't done that before.
Which band?
No clue. I didn't
Oh, they're
organize
great.
that.
I've heard them
They're
before.
great, yes.
No clue band.
Yeah, I heard that they have some chart toppers. All right, that was it.
Have a motion, item number 7.
I make a motion to go into executive session, discuss personnel.
A second.
All in favor? Opposed? And we will be adjourning from the executive session.
Thank you all.